When it comes to improving your strength, particularly in the lower body, I want you to follow 2 guidelines on how to get the most out of your workout in the shortest amount of time. If you have followed me for any period of time, you know I'm not a big fan of stationary equipment. Stationary equipment has a tendency to lock you into a range of motion that may or may not accommodate your biomechanics. Now, with that being said, the thing that I want to focus on in this video is how do we strengthen particularly your quadriceps, the muscles between your knees and your pelvis. How do we make sure that that muscle develops at the right ratio without hurting the knees? This is a question I get all the time. And if you're new to this channel here, I want to say first and foremost, welcome. Thank you for watching. But second of all, have thick skin when I talk to you. I'm not coming across, I don't ever want to come across as condescending or disrespectful. I'm just always going to tell you my experience. I'm going to share with you the reasons why I feel the way I do, and more importantly, give you a solution on how to do it correctly. The reason why I'm against machinery that puts you into a locked anatomical position is it could possibly create more harm than create any benefit. I've recently put out a video about leg extensions and how dangerous those are on the knee itself. Now, there has been some of you that in the comments below the video said that I was wrong. Well, you're certainly entitled to your opinion. As I said, I'm only sharing with you people who have reported themselves to me saying, I hurt my knee using this machine. So I shared that with you, so hopefully you don't get hurt. The thing that I want you to think most about, how do we increase the strength of the quads then without running the risk of hurting the knees? Well, again, without sounding disrespectful, whenever you do an exercise, if it hurts the knee or it hurts any joint around, maybe it's up in the hip, the knee, you've got to realize that a joint should not hurt when you're trying to strengthen a muscle. Please let that sink in. A joint should never hurt when you're trying to strengthen a muscle. I've seen people hurt their knees just doing a walking lunge, and you guys know I'm a big fan of those. The things that I advocate, stepping up on I use box hop. You could step up onto a bench. If your knee hurts when you slowly, remember we don't want to jump up, we don't want to bounce up. If you slowly lift your leg off the ground with the leg that's on the box, you're lifting yourself up and your kneecap hurts, stop. If you're doing a walking lunge and your kneecap hurts, stop. I could go through on and on. You could do air squats. If your knees hurt, stop. Does it mean that we won't ever do those exercises? No. It just means that there's some tightness in the quadriceps that's pulling on the patella tendon. Look at the screen right here. You see where the patella, known as the sesamoid bone, it has an attachment above. We refer to that as the superior side. It inserts into the quadricep, top of your thigh. The inferior patella tendon inserts into the tibia. So stop and think about this. If the joint hurts, then you need to stop. We need to be able to do any range of motion without pain. We say movement without pain, then add load. So again, it's not about saying that machinery is bad. It's just I've seen machinery lock people into a biomechanics that hurts their knee. When we look at other exercises, if it hurts the knee, please stop, go get massage work, foam roll, do something until you can move without pain, and then let's go ahead and add load. So if we look at something like having you do a squat with your back against a fit ball, start with the ball in the small of your back, and then as you lower yourself down, the ball goes up in between your shoulder blades. I can have the weight hanging beside me, and this is a very simple and easy way to keep your head directly over your spine, so that way you don't jeopardize the integrity of the discs in between your vertebrae. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard people say, man, I wish I had heard you speak about this when I was in high school, because now I have back issues because I was trying to lift a tremendous amount of weight, but I was doing it with bad form, and now I've got a herniated disc or a bulging disc. When you understand the proper biomechanics and you understand how easy it is to avoid, now again, I understand you want to increase the strength of your quadriceps, do it in a way that doesn't create biomechanical dysfunction. And the way that you manage that, and again, I say this very respectfully, let pain be your dictator. The joints should never hurt in an attempt to strengthen the muscle. Same thing like with trying to remove momentum. If I'm doing bicep curls and I have to bounce the weight to get it up, that's a great way just to create a muscle tear. A lot of times we'll have people that will report themselves to us. Their trainer was having them do a tremendous amount of a lot of weight doing bicep curls, and they can't understand why their shoulder hurts and it got hurt doing bicep curl. Well, that's because the long head of bicep inserts in the acromion process. So it's very simple to see what people have done wrong, and that's why we put these videos out, is to educate you on why certain things are counterproductive. It's not just my opinion. I'm trying to keep you from getting hurt. So when you're looking at trying to get strong, always answer that question. Is there pain in the surrounding joints to be able to do this range of motion? If so, stop doing it. Establish range of motion without pain, and then let's gradually introduce some level of resistance and or load. Again, I hope this video came across in the way it was intended. I just don't want you guys to hurt yourself. I can't thank you enough for sending in questions. Every day we put out a video answering your questions. So if you're new, please like and subscribe. And if you happen to have a question, please send it to us. contact@coachrobb.com. Thank you for your time today, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.